They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A shotgun give to... They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
56, right there, 56. Hey, Delta. 56, the Mike.
Here's Foles. What a spin. And he finds Beasley, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Focus, defense, focus. Motion. Check. One.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here we go. Right. He's tight right here. Tight on the right. 3 out. One. Check. One. Fresno. Check the backer.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Oh, you got deep?
On 3rd down, Mariota uncorks one for Davis. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The line to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7. 56.
Foles. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Now Foles. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, wahoo! 56 to Mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Watch the sled. Watch the sled. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow, and this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
A first down carry for Henry. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler as a rookie last year, in on the stop there.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mariota hands to Henry. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Going up top. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Check 99. Check 99. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. One. He's creeping.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Johnson the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here's Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of the times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
That's it, baby. We gon' work.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. This will be caught by Brown. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that, but they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Motion, motion, motion.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 12, Foles, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
24 is the mic. Here we go. Go. Defense all day. All day. 24 is the mic. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. Yes. See me in your nightmares.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's been a good 1st half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And an alley to run. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Henry relishing the chance to be the Titans' lead dog. He's in the backfield again on 1st and 10.
Go, go, go. Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Mariota gives to Henry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch time, watch time.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Mariota on 3rd and 2. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 36.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
40 wants the mic. 40 wants the mic.
Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 26.
It's a gain of 20.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, watch 28.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go, D.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Titans take over 1st and 10.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Final play of the half here, Mariota. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the Bills will take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Henry. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A first down carry here for Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
49. I'm scared. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Switch.
On second down now. It's Henry. And some space here. The 20. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here we go. 380. Dick. 24 is the mic. Watch the curl. Hey, orbit. 24 is the mic. He can't hang. He's not gonna get me. 24 is the mic. Go with 5-3. Here we go.
Throwing on second and long. Foles. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. And that is caught by Davis for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On 2nd and 9, Foles. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On the return, Jackson. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Go. Go. Wide. Get wide.
Again, it's Henry. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. 3rd and long here for Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Foles towards the end zone. That's caught by Brown for a Bills touchdown. John Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
That's the rookie with the catch, A.J. Brown. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, defense, let's go. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 30-yard line. Henry. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 30 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills get a bit closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sail, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw Mariota. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. From the gun, Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by Trent Murphy.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right in your play.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Leonard Fournette. 89 yards. And the Bills cut into that lead. Hauschka with the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20. As his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire. But at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And Walker has it. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Here's Brett Kern now. as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for...
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jeffrey Simmons brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Wake with a little wake-up call as he gets in there for the sack.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
I can't believe they even let you play.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Mariota here to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Motion. One. 49.
Now Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, we saw a lot of points. Defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Titans, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Bills, The calendar changed October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.